Hi children, in the first part of visualizing solid shape, we have learned about plane shape. In the second part, we are going to learn about solid shapes. Here we have some shapes. See, some solid shapes are here. It's a cube, second one is a cuboid, it's a octahedron, it's a hexagonal prism, a rectangular pyramid, hexagonal pyramid, frustum of a square prism and octahedron. So you see, this is solid shape. It has length, breadth, and from earth to the sky it has some height. So it is 3D, it is three-dimensional. As far as plane shapes are concerned, they are two-dimensional. They have length and breadth. They have no depth or no height. So these are 3Ds. It's a square prism because the base is a square. That's we call it a square prism. The naming is based on the base. Here is a rectangular prism. Why? Because the base is a rectangular. That's why it's a rectangular prism. Here is a square prism, can be a cube or can be a cuboid because base is a square, but the length and breadth and height is equal, then it is a cube. But length and breadth is okay, it's a square, but the height is different, then it will become a cuboid. So this is also a cuboid. Here you see how many sides it has. 1, 2, 3. 3 sides on the other side. The 6, 7, 8. So it's a 8 polygons. So it's a octahedron. Okay. It is irregular concave. We will discuss about this irregular and regular, concave and concave convex prism in the after some time. This is an hexagonal prism because it has the base is an hexagon. Here's a rectangular pyramid. See, it's a rectangular, but it's a pyramid. This pyramid has a central vertex, but prism has no central vertex, but pyramid has. Hexagonal pyramid, it's a hexagon, it's a pyramid. It's a frustum of a square prism. It was a pyramid, but a small pyramid is cut off from here. The remaining part we call is a frustum. It's a frustum of a square prism. It's an octahedron. It's 8 sides it has. All sides are polygon. All sides are equilateral triangle, means equiangular triangle. That's a special kind of prism it is. That is octahedron and this cube, right? Again, these are also solid shape, cylinder, cone, sphere, hemisphere, frustum of a cone, cylindrical shell, hemispherical shell, a cone on a cylinder. All see, they have curved faces. All have faces. It has some plane surface, one curve. Plane top, base and top is plane, but the lateral surface is curved. So as it is curved, it is not polyhedron, it is their non-polyhedron solid shape they are. Okay. Here is a cylindrical shell. It was a solid cylinder, but a small cylinder is removed from here. So it's a shell. It was a hemisphere, but a small hemisphere has been removed. So it became a bowl-like shell, right? Now let's see. What are the properties of solid shape? As I said, solids have thickness, they are three-dimensional, they have length, breadth and height, they have areas and volume. See, plane shapes have only areas, but the solid shape, they have areas and volumes. Their faces or sides are flat or curved. If the sides are flat and polygon, we call it polyhedron, otherwise it's a solid shape, that's only. Solid which have only polygon as their face are called polyhedrons. Solids which have non-polygon as their faces are called non-polygons. You can see length, breadth and height. That you can see. That's why we call it three-dimensional. Okay. Now, types of solids. Solids are grouped into two, polyhedrons and non-polyhedrons. So you see the first 1, 2, 3, the first 3, all these triangular pyramid, cuboid and cube, all these have polygons as their face. Whereas cylinder and cone, they have no polygon as their face. So, these two are non-polyhedrons, these three are polyhedrons. Okay. Here you see, polyhedrons are simply three-dimensional solids whose sides are made of only polygons. That is, all sides are flat and not curved. So, square prism, hexagonal prism, a square prism is here, and a frustum, all these have polygons. Okay. And as far as the polyhedrons are concerned, primarily prism and pyramids are the main two families in the polyhedron. Main two, how many families? Two families. One is prism, the other one is pyramids. We will learn about this later. Okay. Now here non-polyhedrons. Non-polyhedrons are three-dimensional solids whose all sides are not polygons. That is, at least one side of the solid is a curved surface or a non-polygon. Here you can see a cone, cylinder, frustum of a cone, hemisphere. See, their faces are not at all polygons. All are either plane or curved but not polygons. So, these are non-polyhedrons. Okay? Polyhedrons, I told you there are two families. One, the major one is prism. See, it's a triangular prism, base is a triangle. It's a square prism, base is a square. Rectangular prism, base is a rectangle. Pentagonal prism, it is a five-sided, it is a pentagonal prism. It is six-sided polygon, it's a hexagonal. So, hexagonal prism, octagonal prism. Okay, all these are prisms. Okay. What are the properties? A triangular prism, base, this is called base or top, or both are bases, or sometimes both are called ends, both ends. So, bases are triangles, lateral faces are rectangles or squares, 5 faces, 6 vertices and 9 edges. Square prism base ends are squares, lateral faces are squares or rectangles, 6 faces, 8 vertices, 12 edges. Again, rectangular prism, base is a rectangle, a lateral face are squares or rectangles. Actually, it is a rectangle, the lateral, but this is a square, can be, it may change. 6 faces, 8 vertices, 12 edges. A pentagonal prism is a pentagon, 5-sided polygon is the base. Okay. Base ends are pentagons, base and top are parallel, lateral faces are rectangles or squares, 7 faces, 10 vertices and 15 edges. Again, hexagonal prism, bases are hexagons, base and top are parallel, lateral faces are rectangles or squares, 8 faces, 12 vertices and 18 edges. Octagon, it is 8, you can see. It's an octagon, base is an octagon. So, that is why octagonal prism. Base are octagons, base and top are parallel, lateral faces and are squares and rectangles, 10 faces, 16 vertices and 14 edges. You see, somewhere I have mentioned base and top are parallel. Base and top are parallel only for the right prism, not for the oblique prisms. Okay. We will learn about right prism and oblique prism, regular and irregular, convex polar and convex polar in the after this. Okay. And now you see some buildings in the shape of prism. Here is a triangular base. This building has a triangular base. It's a square prism. Okay, square, cuboid like, cube like. Here a rectangular prism. It is a cuboid like. These are the big buildings in the world. Okay. It's a pentagon, 1, 2, 3 sides you can see, the other 2 the other side. So, a pentagonal prism like. It's a hexagonal prism, 6, you can 6 faces, okay. This is, you can see 1, 2, 3 this side, 4 you can see, the other side. Here it is, you see, it's a octagon building, it is a octahedron, but here a pyramid, octagonal pyramid is also placed on that, it is like that. So, it's an octagonal pyramid on an octagonal prism, okay. So, what are the properties of the prism that we have already discussed? We will sum up. Prism is a polyhedron whose lower base and upper bases are parallel. In the case, it is parallel for the regular, for the right only, for the right prism, not for the others. And its lateral faces are parallelogram in shape. Lateral faces are parallelogram in shape, means it can be a rhombus, it can be a square, it can be a rectangle, it depends. For a right prism, the lateral will be like either rectangle or squares, not rhombus or parallelogram, right? In parallelogram, in general it is written. Prism are named after the shape of their bases, and prism have no central vertex, pyramid has, but prism do not have. Right prism have squares and rectangle as the lateral faces. Okay, we'll study further in the next session. Okay, bye. Thank you.